give your brain as much attention as you give your body. That is what I always say. Hello guys, welcome back to the Mindful Abundance. I'm Khushi and this is a personal development platform for creating the life you love. The only thing worse than cluttered home or a workplace is a cluttered mind. A cluttered mind is unproductive, messy, unfocused, restless, and most of all, a place for negativity. Some of the things that contribute most to the mental clutter is constantly thinking about the future or living in the past, making a lot of mental notes, and not taking time to unwind. Luckily, there are very simple and easy strategies for you to unclutter or declutter your mind. So let me tell you 10 habits for how you can declutter your mind and follow mental minimalism. So let's get started, shall we? The first and most simple of all is breathe. Now, I know it might seem very easy and you might be thinking, don't we already breathe on autopilot? But that's the whole point. When you focus on your breathing and you don't, get distracted by other things around you, your mind becomes peaceful and calm. You can also just, several times in a day, take 2-3 minutes of short breaks from whatever you're doing and focus on your breathing. Take deep breathings and just focus on how the fresh air enters your body, and when you exhale, it releases all the negativity and stress from your body. So that is one of the very simple ways. You can also choose to meditate. However, if you are one of those people who get a little distracted or who feel that meditation is very heavy and get distracted very easily, you can simply choose to call it deep breathing, so that in your mind you will not have the burden of meditating, and just follow deep breathing, and it will give you so much of mental peace and calmness. I also have a video on guided meditation, as they help a lot, especially for people who can't focus for a long time, so you can check that out as well. The second method is called brain dump or journaling. Now, this is really my favorite because it just helps me, relax instantly. It has been proven scientifically that writing things out on the paper, releases your mind off the pressure. It helps you take the load off. And you just need to take pen and paper and write. Write all the thoughts that you're having, the good ones, the bad ones, the happy ones, the sad ones, all of those. Just put it out on the paper and you'll see so much relaxation in your whole body and mind. Honestly, we don't need so much of information in our brain all the time. We just tend to carry a lot of information than what is actually required. And it has been shown through researches that journaling helps with anxiety, stress, and even depression. And it helps improve our cognitive skills as well. The third one is decluttering your physical environment. When the place around you is cluttered, it adds to your mental pressure. Whether we realize it or not, but it becomes very difficult for our brain to focus on one thing when subconsciously we know that there are other things that need our attention. Especially for people who like things clean in a certain way, it becomes even more difficult. Trust me, as a cleanliness freak and a mom of a toddler, I know it more than anyone else. So my home often gets very cluttered, even if I try cleaning it 2 to 3 times in a day, because obviously my baby puts things here and there, and it's okay. And since it's lockdown and all that kind of situation, so we don't really have that much of control. But what I've seen is when the place becomes very cluttered or messy, I enter into arguments, unwanted arguments with Nishant, or maybe I just feel very low and anxious, and I just lose my productivity. I feel I'm not being very productive, and I feel very, restless. Now, when I decide to clean, it instantly lifts my mood. After the place is clean, I just feel so happy, and I feel cleaning is therapeutic as well. I personally just love cleaning, and it helps me lift my mood very well. Do give it a try. The fourth tip is identify the essential. Now, this is one of the mantras for a happy Zen life. What I mean by identifying the essentials is that look closer into your life and identify what are the things that need your attention or are important for you in life right now. What are the things that you need to focus on short term, or say 3 to 6 months goal, or maybe on a daily basis, weekly basis as well. Once you have that short list, it will become so much easier for you to understand that what is it that is adding to, quality to your life, and what is it that can be put away and postponed. So that is very important. Now, the fifth one is eliminate. Once you've identified what is essential in your life, you will be able to identify what it is that you need to eliminate from your life. What are the activities or what are the things that you can put off, or, just keep it away for later, or what are the things that are not adding any value to your life and you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, or maybe just they are obsolete and you don't need to necessarily do those things. And what are the things that you can cut away from your life for a more peaceful state of mind? For example, cutting down on social media, or cutting down on daily news, especially during this time. I always say you don't need to consume a lot of news as it will only make you feel stressed and anxious. So cutting down on those things so that you can spend more time for, yourself, or maybe with your partner, maybe with your kid, maybe with your family. So those are the things that will help you, once you identify what to eliminate, it will help you put the junk off of your brain, and it will give you a more sorted life. Sixth one on my list is avoid multitasking. I know, it sounds counterproductive. But trust me, while preparing for that office presentation or for a meeting, you don't want to be scrolling through Instagram and double tapping the photographs, or going through your Amazon and Flipkart mobile apps, because it has been shown and proven that when we do multitasking, our attention span reduces, and it creates additional clutter by making it difficult for your brain to filter out the unwanted information. So it's always a good idea to focus on one thing at a time. Now, I'm not saying that I don't do multitasking. I am a mom, so I definitely do multitasking, and a lot of people in general have this habit, which is perfectly fine for certain scenarios. Like when I'm, cooking, or when I'm washing, doing my laundry, or maybe folding clothes, that time I definitely do multitasking. So I'll put my baby Varu into this feeding chair. I'll be constantly checking on him that he's having his breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And meanwhile, I cook or chop vegetables. Or sometimes when I'm folding clothes, I sometimes like to catch up on my favorite TV show. And sometimes I even like to listen to podcasts, or listen to my favorite book on Audible, because it's humanly impossible for me to read so many books with a lot of things that are happening. So I've switched to audiobooks. Anyhow, you don't need all that information. But yeah, so I do multitasking in a lot of scenarios, but that's only when those things don't require my full attention. But when I sit down to work, or when I'm working on my business, or when I'm working on what should I do and what should be the next step with my clients, those times I definitely stay away from everything, and I often even close the door when I'm sitting and doing such things. But I would definitely say, when you're doing something serious, avoid multitasking, something that you're working on your goals or something like that, and avoid multitasking in general if you can. Yeah, so that's a good thing. My seventh tip is learn to let go. If you want to fly, you have to let go of what weighs you down. It's one of my favorite lines from the book, The Light in the Heart. I truly live by it and believe it. I was not so much into believing the art of letting go earlier, but from many months now, I have felt that it is the best thing one can do. Learn to accept yourself, learn to forgive people as much as possible, and just move forward, because there's no point in holding on to things that that have happened, or you can't necessarily go back and change. That is my greatest learning from everything that I've been through life. So yeah, that is one thing. If anything, take inspiration and make yourself even stronger, and just move forward. Eliminating unwanted thoughts, fears, and concerns helps you reduce stress, anxiety, and even a lot of feeling of negativity. So what it does is it helps you clear up your mental space. And I'm a big fan of mindfulness. So I truly believe in, focusing and trying to live in the present. I also practice NLP, that is neuro-linguistic programming. And so I know how important and how beneficial it is if you restructure and, rewire your negative thoughts and replace them with the positive ones. I've seen great success stories with my own clients. And sure, it does take some time to practice it. But once, you have the right guidance and you learn to replace your negative thoughts with the positive ones, you'll see great difference in your life and energy. My eighth important tip is be decisive. Let me give you a quick example. So if we all have a digital inbox or the physical inbox at our home, where our bills or important letters and bank statements and all of those things come. And what if we just keep pushing it and not have a look at it? It will get flooded, right? You would have seen that once your inbox is full, you no longer receive the emails. So maybe there are some important emails or important things that you'll miss out on. Same applies to your brain as well. Your brain's inbox gets filled with a lot of decisions that you hold off to take later. and you think that you'll decide later on those things. You'll have to take decisions for all of those things at some point of in your life, and it will be like overload and overflow of decisions. And once your brain is flooded with all the pending things that you need to look at, you will not really be feeling very comfortable. You might feel stressed or confused and exhausted, and in that fatigue, you might not even make the best decisions. So it's very important that we be decisive. The very simple thing that you can do is whatever thing that you have to make a decision of, just make a quick pros and cons list. Sometimes I do it and it's really helpful. If you're really not able to decide on certain things, mark your calendar and give yourselves a deadline that maybe by this day I have to decide whether I have to enroll in this course or not, or this day I have to decide whether I have to do this thing or not. This simple step will help you so much to be at peace and clutter free. Trust me, it works really well. You just have to be decisive and step up and change the game. My ninth and very different and fun kind of tip is putting routine things on autopilot. Now, these small and routine things take up a lot of brain space. For example, what to have for breakfast every morning, what to make for lunch when you go out, what to wear each day for office or work, and maybe things like when to do laundry, when to fold clothes. So all of those things are just small routine activities which you can prepare a system for. Trust me, I have been following this for years now, and it works really well. So I do have those days in the week, when it's a laundry day, or when it's the check your trash can day, or when I do plan, my meals ahead, so that I'll not have to go through that every day ki arey aaj breakfast mein kya khana hai, chalo acha breakfast ho gaya, lunch mein kya khana hai. That entire thing ki every day and whole of the time you just keep thinking about food. So I avoid that from many months and years now, and it really helps my brain to breathe so much better, and I feel so much at ease when I don't have to take these minuscule decisions every day and every hour of my being. My last and most favorite tip is take some time to unwind. I know it's overrated and it's said like a million times, but trust me, your brain needs as much rest as your body does. Now, by unwind, people mostly think that, okay, I'm doing a, hair massage, or maybe I'm just lying down in bed or taking a spa. That just helps me unwind. It does, but what about your brain? What about, resting your brain and recharging it? Because all the while you are in the spa, or you are in the bed, or maybe, just letting someone do your hair massage, and you're scrolling through Instagram, or you are taking pictures to put, or, you're just thinking about million other things that you have to do. So that is not really giving your brain the time to rest and recharge. It's just your body that is getting recharged. I mean, definitely it has effect, but yeah, you have to think specifically things that you can do for your brain to recharge and rest. So, detox. Take a short break from social media. Maybe once in a week, you can just switch off your phone for a few hours, or maybe just decide not to go on Instagram or Facebook and things like that. Maybe, once in a while, just be in bed and not think of anything, or meditate. I mean, I know again I'm saying to meditate, but yeah, even if you're not meditating, just watch some light comedy show, or maybe one of your favorite movies where you don't have to think and you are just taking it slow and it's not a heavy movie, something like that. So it really helps your brain especially to get back into place and to just take a rest. It's really important. Give your brain as much attention as you give your body. That is what I always say. Maybe take a long nap or walk in the park. All of these small things really help. So yeah, just remember these small things and you will be good to go. So tell me, what thoughts and emotions are stuffed and cluttered in your mental closet? Do you think it's time to identify that junk and get rid of it for good? Do let me know in the comment section which of these 10 tips are you going to try, and which are some of the tips that you already do. Maybe it will give ideas to me or anyone else who's watching this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Help them declutter their mind and live a peaceful life. Do subscribe to my channel, guys. It's free, and please press the bell icon so that you'll get notified each time I upload a video. I'll be back with more videos on mental health and wellness, personal development, manifestation, and conscious minimalism. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay happy and take care.